Now, whenever you make a project, even if you think you did all the pieces correctly, you want to assemble it virtually to make sure it's going to work. In this case, we are going to be cutting this out with a laser, and I want to see that everything will fit together the right way before you proceed. So, let's go back up here, and instead of making a new part, we're going to make a new assembly. Sometimes this will pop up where it says place from content center. Hit the drop down under it and just go to place instead. And when you hit place, now it's going to look in the folder that you created for your project. Click on the first one, hold down shift, and then click on the last one. You don't have to drag, just click the first, click the last. Go to open and click somewhere inside the window. Okay, now I have this set up in a special way. I believe this piece is the biggest one, and it needs spaced up above this piece here. So let's go to constraint, and we're going to use the insert constraint. The insert constraint combines a mate with a flush. Doesn't really mean a whole lot to you. Basically what it means is that it's going to take the edge of this hole and make it touch the edge of this other one over here. Hit apply. I'm going to put my spacer down first, so I'm still have insert selected. Click the edge of that, the edge of this hole here, hit apply. Now I want to double check, and here it's really hard to see what's going on, so instead I'm going to click this, go up here to this little ball thing, there's a double arrow next to it, and we're going to change the color to something else. We'll make it dark green for now, and we'll make this other thing next to it a different color so we can see what's going on. Really up to you. We're going to make this one black. So I want to see that these two things are not going to bump into each other, and there's a little space in between. So that's good. And I also want to make sure this isn't going off the edge here. Next, I'm going to go back to an insert constraint. That's this one. And I'm going to put that Geneva Cam on top of the spacer and hit apply. And lastly, I'm going to grab this drive top and mount it on top of here. Okay, now I don't want the drive top to go through the Geneva Cam, and it also has to be aligned just perfectly with that. So, how we're going to make this work is if you double click the green wheel. Actually, you don't even have to double click it. If you double click the green wheel, you can edit it. Single click it, it'll show up over here, and go to the origin folder, hit the plus sign next to it, and find the plane that goes through the middle of that hole. Right click it and make it visible. I don't see where it says visible. Alright, fine. We'll double click it first. So we are here. Find that plane again, right click, check visibility. And save that. Go back into our assembly. See if it'll let us make this visible from this screen or not. Doesn't want to, so we'll double click it instead, and in the origin folder find the plane that goes through the middle of that hole, right click and say visibility. Save that again. I'm going to exit out some of these things that are not the assembly. So now we just have this left to look at. And now that I can see those planes, I'm going to say constrain, and instead of clicking on a part, I have this on mate, by the way, I'm going to click on the XY plane and the XY plane here and hit apply. Alright, and now if I right click on this base piece, so first click to select it, turn it blue, then right click and go to where it says grounded. Now if I try and click and drag things, they'll all stay fixed in place. And I would want to see that these are going to clear each other. I believe they will. Actually, I know they will. I've already tested this. So, this should all be good. And you have your first project assembled. Now it's time to make drawings. Yeah, that should be good. If you want to change the colors of some of these other things, again, you just click it to change, to show it's selected. Go up next to the ball, and then under default, just go ahead and change that to something you think looks nice.